Hello and welcome back to the 2022 Elkhart County Historical Museum Collections Tournament. Today, we finally entered the final four. Each staff member presented 4 items. They've been whittled down to 1. Now there's 4 left. Each staff member has 1 item left, and one of these is going to be crowned champion. So let's take a look at the final 4 here so you can see the tournament bracket. You can see where we've come from and where we're going. You get to see the matchups. There's 2 matchups that remain here before the championship round. And today we have Julie and Michelle going against each other. Each staff member is going to have 2 minutes to present their item. Julie is going to present the story of the Lana Markel diary. Michelle is going to present the history of the skeleton. Which one will go on to the championship? You have to decide. So sit back, learn the histories, and let's send it out to Julie first to present the history of the Lana Markel diary.
Here we are again with Lana Markel's diary. One thing I learned from reading the diary is that I need to get my glasses prescription updated. Her small, neat handwriting throughout the diary varies, but some sections are nearly illegible. Reading through the magnifying glass has helped. Her entries are such a wonderful look at daily life in 1870, and she faithfully has written every single day. That being said, however, Sunday, October 30th had to have been the most boring day of the entire year. Raining when got up, rained all day, no one went anywhere, no one came here, I did nothing but get breakfast and dinner and wash dishes, then went to bed early. Why would you bother writing that down except for consistency, for which we thank her. She's a bit more animated in November. One day is as cold as Blixen, an expression I've never heard. Another day is as cold as Greenland. They had chicken pie for Thanksgiving. On Christmas, they went sleighing, and she got cuffs and a collar and a candy apple. I keep saving the most fun entries since I know we'll see Lana in the championship round, but just in case, I laughed out loud when I read this the first time several years ago, and I had to work to find it again for the tournament. July 8th, 1870. There is to be a great circus in Elkhart today. Note, these images are from about 30 years later, but they give you the idea of what she's missing stuck at home. I wanted very much to go, but they all wanted to go, so it fell my lot to stay at home, and I did all day. John, her brother, promised to take me in the evening, but did not. Dang that John. I can imagine the disappointment. She might have seen sideshows, including perhaps a skeleton. Now, let's hear what Michelle has to say about our skeleton. Here's what I say: skeleton schmeleton. Let's vote for Lana Markel's diary.
Well, we'll see, Julie. Even with as popular as the brochure was, the skeleton still managed to beat it in the Elite 8, so I think it might have what it takes to make it all the way to the final, with the voters expressing an interest in the local IOOF Elkhart history. But before we get into that, I promised to talk about why the IOF had skeletons. What's the story there? Well, it turns out that scene has played out in many states across the country, where new proprietors, construction crews, etc., working on former IOF buildings get a nasty shock when they find human remains hidden in the walls, in the attics, closets, etc. And yeah, a lot of times the police are called, there's a whole police investigation, but even under investigation, the fraternal organizations tend to remain pretty tight-lipped about how specifically they use the skeletons, but generally speaking, they have divulged that it's part of the initiation ritual, that new initiates are intended to look upon the skeleton and think about their own mortality, think about death as the great equalizer, that no matter your station in this life, this is how we all end up. So you might as well spend it in service and secure your position in the hereafter. There's a lot of Judeo-Christian elements in the IOF, so they definitely believed in a hereafter. That was part of their whole doctrine. But where are they getting the skeletons? Well, turns out you can order them from a catalog. As we were doing research, we discovered there were regalia and ritual supply companies for fraternal organizations, especially in sort of the heyday of fraternal organizations in the late 19th and early 20th century. Including the one I'm showing you here from Cincinnati. And you could order, discreetly advertised as a scene, you could order a full human skeleton, pre-wired, just like ours is, anywhere from $45 to $60, depending on the quality. And as you can see, it was quote unquote imported. So where are the bodies coming from that make up these skeletons? Well, I'll be happy to get into that in the championship round if you vote the skeleton on. So get out the vote if you want to hear that story.
And there it is, folks. That's all she wrote on this matchup. Two really great stories and histories. And you have to tell us which one of these is going on to the big money round, the championship round. You have to decide. Will it be the diary? Will it be the skeleton? This is a tough choice, I have to admit. I don't know who I'd vote for in this one, but I don't have to choose. You do. So go to the park's YouTube page or the museum's Facebook page. Leave a comment which one of these you want to see move on into the championship round. So one matchup of the Final Four is down. One more that will be posted a few days from now. And then the championship. We're getting close to the end of the tournament. Excitement is mounting. Tension is building. But we're all learning a whole lot of history here. So don't forget to vote. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you in the next matchup of the Final Four.